Hello everyone, good morning, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So my name is Amanda if you are new here, and I'm a married 24-year-old cash budgeter in Texas. Today's video is going to be our week number 3 cash stuffing for the month of June. And you guys, we have a lot of money to stuff today. I am so excited for this. So we did still set aside the normal $150 from my paycheck and for this video, but the reason we have so much money is from completed savings challenges, my other bank account, and a couple other things. So if you guys are interested to know exactly how we have this money and how we're breaking it down, definitely, first of all, watch this video. Second of all, if you want to see the budgeting process, that was the last video that I posted on Tuesday, which is my budget with me. Anyway, let's quickly count this money because I do have 2 little announcements that you guys would want to stick around for. So this cutie bag is from Krishna over at Cash Stuffing Co. She did send it to me in some Happy Mail, so I don't know where you guys can get it, but it is so cute. So 22 of this money is already in the baby binder. As you guys know, I like to set aside the best looking ones and just set them over there so it's ready when we get to it. So here we have 100, 200, 300, 350, 400, 20, 40, 60, so 460, 70, 80, 90, 500, 510, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 600, 610, 6, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 1, 2, and 3. So we have $693 in the cash tray. So before we dive in all the way to the cash stuffing, really quickly, I do have some new releases on my Etsy shop. Oh, I'm just dropping them all. I did tease these a little while ago, but I have added 3 new categories. So if you guys are interested in any of these savings challenges, they are already available, as well as a couple dashboard options. So a lot of you guys have been loving my cash tray just as much as I have. It is from Savings with Grace, and I decided to purchase one to give away to one of you guys. So the color that I got it in is this neutral beige bone color. So if you're interested on learning how to win this, definitely stay tuned into today's video because I do give out specific instructions on how to enter for my giveaways. So now we can go ahead and dive into the actual stuffing. As always, we are going to start with my wallet. I do have quite a bit of coins to unstuff this week, which is always exciting. For a while there, I wasn't really stuffing any coins. So let me just empty all of these out. Okay, so now that we have that good to go, we have a really full little leaf jar. I love that. Or it's definitely not a jar, it's definitely a bowl. Okay, so now let's get into our cash envelopes. It looks like we have an extra $1 in here. So what I'm going to do with that, since I already zeroed out my entire planner, is I'm just going to set it aside for my completed savings challenge fund. Alrighty, so we just have 2 to stuff in here. The first one is going to be gas, and this is getting $15. I do have new envelopes from Planning Rissa on the way. However, when I checked my P.O. box yesterday, I did already pull out all that I have, and her package wasn't in there yet. Next is going to be fun, and this is just going to get $10. Honestly, we may use this today because 28 Years Later, I believe, just came out. Okay, so that's going to be it for these 2. And then I lastly just need $20 for Jordan. Here, we'll give him that one. That way he has his spending money for the week. He is off today, so I can immediately give him this, which is really fun. So after my wallet, we're going to dive into my first binder. So I unboxed a package from Upscale Currency because she was kind enough to send me some items for free, and look at them, you guys. So I have her her dividers in here, but I left them in front of my bookmarks just because, or behind, because I'm so used to the big text right here in the center. But what's really cool about her dividers is that they actually stick out past the rest of your envelopes. Mine don't do that. Mine are more just bookmarks to have as decoration. So we are going to be skipping all the way to pet care because I will not be stuffing anything in variable. And let's see. So cats, they're going to get another $5. So now we have a total of $10 in here. I still love this sticker so much. It's literally the 3 of them. Next is going to be Pet Emergency. This is going to get $5 as well, but I believe we're able to cross some stuff off on their little mini challenge. So this challenge is from the Humble Budgeter, and yes, we're going to be doing the next 2 spaces, which is a 4 and a 1. So now towards our $50 mini goal. Well, actually, we've already exceeded that. There's literally a $100 bill in here. But what I'm doing is a mini challenge to help me fund this full $600 goal. We have $100, $105, $106, $7, and $108. So I think this is really fun, like putting the little mini challenges in here, because I honestly have so many to get through anyway that this just helps a lot. So the next thing we're doing is going to be pet food, and this is going to get it's going to get $10, which is going to be 2 little bumblebees because each are worth $5. So now in here we have a total of $20. So I did mention in my budget with me that I'm trying to really prioritize this section instead of just doing the spending from my buffer. Next, we're going to be going to preventions, and this will be getting $9. So I did add this cutie little turtle challenge. Each little coin is just going to be worth $5. So we are adding 9. Actually, okay, this is perfect. I'm going to use this little dollar to make it 10, so that way we can do 2 coins, because otherwise I was just going to do 1 and leave it. So let's grab our 9. We have 5, 6, 7, 8, and $9, 10 with this single. So this is what we're going to be adding into this envelope. It's actually funny because I did $9 to round off the total, and now we're just going to throw it off again because we added an extra $1. So we're going to do 2 little coins. This one is from Saturn's Vault. The little bumblebee one was from Chatty Cathy Budgets. So let's count what we have in preventions. We have 100, 120, 30, 35, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, and 51. So $151. We're eventually gonna have to round off that last one. So hopefully it happens at some point. It doesn't really matter. We're honestly gonna be spending this soon. So there is this one, and then Wanda, she's going to be getting skipped, but she does still have her 20. We did recently take her for her vaccines and stuff, and we were able to fully cover it with what we had in the vaccines cash envelope. So next we're going to be going into my sinking funds, and let's see what we're doing in here. So car maintenance. A lot of this stuff is getting, well, a good amount of this stuff is getting good money because of some completed savings challenges. So car maintenance will be getting $20 today. I'm actually going to do that in 2 10s because again, there was supposed to be 2 more $20 bills and I don't have them. So in car maintenance now we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, and $95. We're $5 away from 100, which is like probably the highest I've been in car maintenance. So next is Christmas, and we're pulling out the big bucks for this because we're adding $51. So you guys, I decided to go through everything, and the majority of the envelopes that have hit $100, I did take to the bank and replace with a placeholder. Now that I have these cutie $100 placeholders also from Krishna. So let's go ahead and add 51. So we have a 50 and a $1 bill. So now in Christmas, we have $100 in the bank, 150, 70, 90, 210, 211, 12, and 213. I love that. So I know it's already like half the year or halfway through, and maybe I should be a little bit higher than that, but this is honestly already reaching like the number that I had saved for last year. So anything that is higher than that is going to be awesome. So we are going to be skipping Disney pins, and next we're going to do Disney trip. So in here we are adding $16. So my little challenge tracker is from Budgeting on a Budget. And let's see, we have to do $16. So we do, okay, thank goodness. We have a $1 space. So we're going to do a 1 and a 15. That is how we're going to mark this off. So I do have a 20% off coupon code in my description box for you guys on her shop, or for her shop if you guys want to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our 16. So for these placeholders, I mention it pretty often, but anything that says it's in the bank is just on a gift card that I like to purchase from Target using my debit red card. So now in Disney Trip, we have $300 and $400 on gift cards. So in cash, we have 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99. Are you kidding me? We're $1 away from being able to get a gift card. Well, honestly, I probably could take it anyway because with the red card or with the discount, that should account for that $1 that I'm missing. So anyway, that is going to be all for Disney Trip. So we can put this back. The next thing we're going to be stuffing is going to be holidays, and this will be getting $21. Honestly, I really need to focus on my gift sinking fund. I didn't realize that is still empty. So holidays has 20, 25, 26, and 27. The next thing I would be using this for probably would not be until I think like Thanksgiving. So that's like the next major holiday that I actually celebrate. So that is actually going to be all for this binder. We can go ahead and pack her up. Look at my cute little keychain, also from Krishna. You guys, she really spoiled me. This is Miss Cobell from Severance. and I met my queen, Miss Patricia Arquette. So now let's jump into my baby binder. I will not forget to cross off a space this time. So I did last week, I forgot, so I did it in Tuesday's video. We got an 8, but the reason we're stuffing 22 is because Krishna is amazing and sent me $14 to stuff into my baby binder. So we have a total of 22 that is going to be going into this today. So I think what I'm going to do is disperse $2 per envelope, but I think there's going to be one that, well, no, yeah, so we're going to be able to go 11 of the 12 envelopes. So we're not going to make it fully through, but I'm going to give everything $2. So I don't know, that way hopefully I can beef these up a little bit. So today is Juneteenth. I don't know if I mentioned that in my intro, but what are you guys doing? Hopefully you have the day off to observe this wonderful holiday. Let's go ahead and do $2 into savings. Anyway, I don't really have anything to do. I'm dog sitting. I want to get ahead on Etsy orders so that I can put myself in a better spot, because I feel like recently, well, usually all the time. Anyway, usually I'm like right on track with my Etsy orders, as in the orders I'm doing on that day are what's supposed to ship that day. But I would like to be at least a couple days ahead. It just gets difficult sometimes because like between Ko-fi, Etsy, and then posting essentially daily, I do have like a lot of things on my plate kind of. So, and then recently, like with personal stuff, it's just been kind of busy. Like with Wanda having to run around and do all that. Then making sure that Jordan has what he needs for school. You know, it's just been like a thing. So we are nearing the end of this money, but I'm so excited. And all these ones are so beautiful. So yeah, Jordan was able to commit to a start date. He, like with the university, he committed to a start date. It's not just something that like, he committed like to himself, which would be just as valid. But I'm so excited about that. So I am having to start a student teaching binder, which means in that binder, I'm going to be saving for 4 months worth of bills and expenses, like my videos, all that stuff. So he doesn't need to worry about working at all. So that is all the money that I have for this, but let's quickly scratch our next space. So this is a challenge from Jenna Budgets US. I love her stuff so much. Okay, so let's start scratching, and we got a number 7. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so we're gonna leave it just like that, and then when I get back to this in my budget with me, I will take the rest of it off, so that way I know that we completed that number. So that is going to be all for my lovely little baby binder. I have something very exciting that is otter themed about to be on its way to me, and I cannot wait for that. So the next thing we're going to do is personal expenses and business. So let's go ahead and flip to Jordan's school envelope, and this will be getting $4 today. So this is a little challenge from my Etsy shop. You can get it in the August set of 6 mini challenges. It is $4 for 6 challenges, but they are non-laminated. So if you want to laminate them after you get them, of course you can do whatever you want. So let's grab $4. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't exactly know what we're going to use this for, because when it comes to his actual tuition, I think we have that covered between some grants as well as student loans, which I know maybe not everybody recommends student loans, but we got to do what we got to do to make this work. And this is what he wants to do, so I'm going to make sure that this happens for him. So I suppose this can be for like school supplies, maybe if he needs textbooks or anything like that. Hopefully we're able to save enough to cover those costs. So in here we have 20, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and $39. That is kind of annoying. Why is everything $1 short? We will make up for that next time. So there is school good to go. And now for business expenses. The first thing in here we're going to stuff is giveaways, and this will be getting $5. So now we have a total of 10. This is going to help me cover shipping for the item from Grace. Next is Happy Mail. This is going to get $10. So let's go ahead and stuff that. I did already pull all the other money because I just recently bought stamps. So I will likely unstuff this and pay myself back for it. So we are going to skip to memberships. And this will be getting $10 as well. So now we have $10, $15, and $16. So I did mention, I think it was last video, that I did pull out whatever had already withdrawn from my account. So this is us kind of just rebuilding that. And then next we have P.O. Box. This is just going to be getting $4. So I put 100 on my envelope to, I don't know, just like to give me a goal, because I knew it was just going to be $94. Well, they recently sent out an email that starting like July 15th, rates for P.O. box rentals are going to be going up. And I'm like, really? I just made this envelope. Okay, so after P.O. box, we're going to be doing Etsy taxes. This is going to be getting $280. So we have $200, $250, $70, and $280. Actually, let me just give taxes. Well, yeah, I'm going to give taxes $210s as the 20. Yes. 100, 200, 250, 60, 70, and 80. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what our new balance is in taxes. So this is just Etsy taxes because Etsy gets deposited into my main bank account. And then where I have my high yield savings, that is where Ko-fi and YouTube are. So for those, I just do electronic transfers. I did also make a quarterly payment for quarter 2, which is why this is extremely lower. So now in Etsy taxes, we have $200 in the bank. So in hard cash, we have 100, 200, 250, 300, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So 350 for a total of 550 in Etsy taxes. So that is always wonderful. Thank you guys so much for supporting my Etsy shop. I appreciate you all so much, really. Like, you're the reason I get to do this as my full-time job. So now we have a couple of annuals that we're going to be doing, which is always exciting. So the first one is going to be anniversary, and I finally get to color another space on here. We're going to be adding $10 into this fund. So let's just grab that out. This is available on my Etsy shop if you guys are interested. It is under the festive icon trackers, I think is what it is. Either way, it's in the festive listing, not like the basic one. So when I'm done with this, it'll save me a total of $180, and so far we are $30 in. So these cash envelopes are also available on my Etsy shop. I want to make more vellum ones. I just don't know what like designs I want to do, so that is to be determined, I guess. The next thing we will be doing is Father's Day, which is right here, and we're going to be adding $3. So 1, 2, and 3. So now for Father's Day, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and $8. So I didn't zero this out when the holiday passed the way I did Mother's Day. So next is going to be Jordan's birthday, and in here I'm going to add $4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now in his birthday we have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. I don't know what we're going to want to do for our birthday trip next year. Well, it hasn't even been an annual thing necessarily. We wanted it to be Disney annually, but that didn't work out, like timing wise. So we went to Disney last year in the beginning of 2024, and then we're going to Disney again this year in September. But we wanted to go in February annually because then that could be like an entire trip for our dating, wedding anniversaries, his birthday, and my birthday, because they're all within like the same 4 months, literally consecutive 4 months. Next is going to be Mother's Day. This is going to get $3, so 1, 2, and 3. I try to keep Mother and Father's Day even, as well as mine and Jordan's birthday, which is kind of why I'm considering pulling out that $5, just so these can be on the same pace. But there is Mother's Day. Then my birthday is going to be getting $4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so let's see. I should have the same amount as Jordan. We have 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So that is actually going to be everything for this binder, so we can go ahead and put her away. Honestly, this is like the one binder that I'm not satisfied with in terms of decor. It's so like non-cohesive, but I feel like everything else just looks really good. So now let's get into these savings challenges. I am so excited about this. So the first thing we're doing is Disney icons, and we are nearing the end on this. I cannot wait for it. I think I'm gonna put the majority of this money towards Disney pins, probably at least to round that off to 100, and then whatever's left over we will stuff into Disney trip. So today for this we are going to be doing a total of $16. So what color do we want to use? We need to make sure the balloons are like a bunch of different colors. We will do green, so let's color this one right here. So now let's grab our $16 for Adventure Awaits and then see what we have. Oh my gosh, like there were 20s here. I could have just swapped these out, because this is a zipper envelope. It does not need the big bills. All right, so when we are completed with Disney icons, we are only gonna have half the challenge remaining because I did prematurely pull the other half. But if you have everything together, it should save you $439. So in here we have 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, $200, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 209, is that correct? 209 plus 10, which will be 219, yeah. Yes, that's correct, because I pulled 220 the first time. Yeah, okay. So we are on track for this one. Part of me kind of does want to just start this over again, but I don't want to clean all the trackers really, so I'll probably just add in the beautiful 6-part savings challenge from the Cafecito budget. So now we are on to our monthly savings challenge. This helps me fund my month ahead. So in here we are going to be adding $25. We're doing the big number so that next week we could just worry about doing 10, and it should be easy breezy because it's also just $10 for Disney icons. So let's add our 25. We have a 20 and a $5 bill. So now in my June challenge, we have 20, 30, 35, 40, and $45. And that is correct. I have to just double check. So I did decide to do my month ahead separately. I just have a single envelope for it instead of doing like the different bills, each having their own. So next we're going to be skipping my 100 envelope challenge for now because I like to do that last. And we're going to be stuffing debt. This will be getting $12. Not going to forget about it this time because I forgot about it last. And we're going to, again, do 12, which I want to say was a 7 and a 5. Oh, yeah. It's our last two that we have for the month of June. So 7 and 5. This is a spring themed savings challenge, or sorry, seasons savings challenge on my Etsy shop. So what I like to do is for every month, I will try to complete 2 rows. That way we stay on track. So we are adding, again, $12. So 10, 11, and 12. So now in here we have 10, 20, 25, 26, and $27 to save for debt. Right now, I did actually change my debt focuses to focus on like personal loans or a credit card that is on a promotional plan. So it would need to be paid off by the year anyway to avoid interest. So when this challenge is complete, that is where it'll go. So before we get to our 100 envelope challenge, I'm going to make you wait even longer because we have to do our long-term one, which is this challenge right here. So we are on the Fox one where each space is worth $4, and here we're going to be adding 16, which is going to finish the entire first row. 4, 8, 12, and 16. I do owe this challenge $20 or $40 because again I couldn't make it to the ATM, so I just pulled it from here. But I will replenish that immediately after this video. So we have 10, 15, and $16. So I'm just going to throw that in the back of this bag. This is from Savvy Budget Babe. I'm just trying to essentially get as far as I can with the year. But now that I'm focusing on the 100 envelope challenge, I'm not so hell-bent on like finishing it in full. So to finally circle back to my 100 envelope challenge, we are adding $105 into here. So I didn't mean to take this little thing out. This is just so the Sharpie doesn't stain my envelope. So I had a ton of completed savings challenges that were allocated to my 100 envelopes. So that helped tremendously. I really only had to pull, I think it was $11, right? Like out of my budget. So the way we are doing that is we're doing the 84 and the 21. So I'm going to quickly color these both in. So now that we have those, we can grab our last 105. So this one is of course gonna have to be going to the bank because it's gonna save us like a good chunk of money. I just don't know like what the deposit schedule what I want it to be, how often I want to take it. So now towards my 100 envelopes, we have 100, 200, 250, 60, 65, and 270. So I am working on section 1, which when we're done with this, we will have $1,075. So the way I broke these up, you can get this same exact style in like 3 different patterns on my Etsy shop. The way I broke it up is so that you have a good variety of numbers on each section. So that way you don't feel like you have an entire section that's like all $100 spaces essentially. So I wanted to make it feel a little more attainable and break it up into smaller goals so that you're able to really like feel like you're making progress, because I know that that's something I struggle with when it comes to this challenge. So anyway, you guys, that is all of our money. That is our 100 envelope challenge stuff. If you are new here, I'm planning to use this as a way to save for our down payment money, because again, my husband and I are wanting to purchase our home hopefully soon. We're not trying to get anything big, but still, we of course need to save for things like this. So with that being said, you guys, I never even said how to do the giveaway. So let's quickly talk about the giveaway that I made you wait like 30 minutes for. So first of all, you will need to be in the US. Since this is not an item that I can ship with stamps, I'm not able to do it internationally. Second, you need to be 18 years or older to enter, because I will need a good shipping address to send your item to you. Lastly, you need to be a public subscriber. Again, these are just the rules. These are not how to enter. But lastly, you need to be a public subscriber. If you're not sure how to do that, just do a quick Google search. It has to do like with your settings or whatever. making your subscriptions public. So now for how to enter, I'm going to give you guys a keyword. Just do not leave this keyword by itself in the comment section. Your entry will not be valid. This time, like last, I'm not going to be going through and informing you like, hey, you need to add more to your comment. If you comment that, I'm just going to let it be. So try to use this word in a sentence or leave your normal comment and then just put the word at the end or at the beginning. Either way, it just needs to be in your comment somewhere. So your keyword is going to be the word hobby. So HOBBY, hobby, that is your keyword. Let me know below, and yeah. So I'm announcing this giveaway on Thursday, June 19th, and I will be ending it on Tuesday, June 24th. So I'm going to have a little bit of a quicker turnaround. Make sure to be watching my community tab. That is where I announce my winners. Whether it's you or you're just curious to know who won, that is where you'll need to go. And with that being said, that is all that I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe and comment down below if you guys have not already. Make sure to hit that bell notification so you never miss out on one of my uploads. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow for Freebie Friday. Bye.